Namaste, Devio or Sajano or non-binario. Welcome back to yet another episode of Chalbe Bancho. Just kidding. Welcome back to Chup the podcast or listening when it banla. I'm your host, Adhar, and you're watching Disney Channel. Okay, let's get back to the serious stuff. I'm your host, Adhar, and welcome back to yet another episode. Today is my first ever solo episode, and I'm pretty nervous, but I'm also kind of chill about it. Anyways, welcome to my mini series solo episode called You Tell Me. I'm not quite settled on the name, not satisfied with it, but for now we're gonna call it that. So you tell me. Today I'm back here with a multi-million dollar question that everybody is crazy to answer.
Would you rather have a thought daughter or a gay son?
Gay son.
A gay son or a thought daughter?
A gay son.
Why?
Because just I don't want my daughter to be like me.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Would you rather have a thought daughter or a gay son? Yes, I know. Amazing question, right? So, what's your answer? You tell me. Actually, don't, because this question is both homophobic and misogynistic. This question was popularized in 2019, where this question was all over YouTube. Every single YouTuber was asking their peers and doing public interviews about, do you want this or do you want this? I'm not even gonna say what it is. Anyways, but hey, don't worry. I mean, even I felt trapped to answering this question when I was young. When I asked this question, I answered with gay son because I was like, you know what? I can be okay with my son being who he is because, yes, pride, but I could not bear the thought of a thought daughter because मेरी बेटी मेरे घर की इज्जत है. Anyways, the reason why this question is problematic and something you should not answer as of 2021 is because if you look at it, it is the minimization of the two genders, the male and the female. Look at it this way. When you ask the question, gay son or thought daughter, you're basically asking the person to choose whether they want the minimum of what they can drag of male and the minimum of what they can drag of a female. So the question lies, why does the minimization or the making the worst of each gender for a man, why is it being gay and why is it being a thought for a daughter? Like, why cannot the question be gay son or gay daughter or thought son or thought daughter? That's where the problem is. Because if it was thought son or thought daughter, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, But the fact that you're asking gay son, which has literally nothing to do with becoming a thought, and being a thought has nothing to do with being gay, why is a gay son being compared to a thought daughter? Why is it even there? Like, they're not even equal. So that's where the problem lies for me. Now, let's talk about the gay son part. Homophobia is prevalent in this question, and a lot of people have been homophobic for a really long time. We know there is a history of men being belittled for their sexuality and their sexual orientation for whom they love. And I personally believe that men have a really hard time coming out, which is why a lot of men stay closeted for a really long time. And that's not correct. Anyways, the thing that we're going to discuss today is the thought daughter because I'm a raging feminist and I need to talk about it. And you're going to listen to me talk. I'm not going to touch much on the gay son part because you are who you are, you love who you love. I mean, let love exist in its purest form, period. If you haven't catched our last episode, our Pride episode, and June is over, but Pride Month still exists, so don't worry about it. Anyways, go catch our episode 3 Pride Month episode. It's in our YouTube channel, so check it out. So the problem that I have is with the thought daughter part. Why is the question not thought daughter and thought son? All of that. But let me give you a history about the word thought. The definition of the word thought and all of it. So thought is an acronym for that hole over there. The original definition was popularized in Chief King's 2012 song Aimed at You, which featured the lyrics, but then bullets hit you hard. Show no love for a thought. I don't know how that song goes. I don't listen to that song. Anyway, the thing is, the word has a negative connotation to it, and it is sometimes used as an affectionate insult to a close friend, but it is mostly used to describe a female. And yes, the word has a negative connotation to it. And even if it is used as a slight, chuckle it out thing, we cannot ignore the fact that it is misogynistic. No woman should be shamed for being thoughty or aka liking sex or being vocal about it. And we're going to dive deep into it today, though bear with me, my friend. So we cannot ignore the misogynistic undertone that exists in this word. And that's also what we will be discussing today, because a woman's promiscuity and a woman's sexual liberation is looked at as thoughty or dangerous. So the reason this question irks me so much is also because of the history of women being character assassinated for being with multiple partners and being with multiple people in different time. Now, it is not a surprise that people have a problem with women owning their own sexuality and being vocal about it, but the fact that people do have a problem about it is a problem in itself, and which I'll be discussing further. But there is a lot of portrayal of slut shaming, which we can see prevalent in Hindi cinema and a lot of other media outlets. One of the biggest examples being the movie Cocktail. I don't know if you guys think about it that way, but like, I believe in the fact that life imitates art. And the thing is, the thing that you see on screen and the songs that you hear and the lyrics that you hear, which degrade women, all of this is actually going to result into making people think it is okay to degrade women. And the songs that I'm going to mention are some of the songs that we've heard growing up, and some songs you might not have heard, but anyways. So one of the worst songs I've ever heard, the most misogynistic, sexist, and patriarchic, like just women hating song that I've ever heard is Boca Anthem. Now, it came out in 2012, but I mean, even if it came out in a long time ago, these lyrics are still not acceptable. Like, त्यो टाइममा पनि acceptable थिएन, अहिले पनि acceptable छैन, because what in hell? So, Boca Anthemको lyrics are, I'm a jerk, flirt अलि बढी, हावाले उडाओस् त्यो स्कर्ट अलिकति, भने कुर्दैछु, घुर्दैछु, हरेक मालको, बुढासँग भए पनि त मलाई बाल भो. So let me analyze this. The guy says, he's just like, okay, so sorry, okay, I'm a jerk, I'm a flirt, and I'm just waiting for the wind to come and udaos एउटा केटीको skirt because I'm gonna gurding and I'm gonna gurding because women are objects. Sorry to break it down to you, sir, but you're not a jerk. You're a predator. You're a predator. Like, how is this lyrics even in 2012 or whenever it came out, how is it acceptable? Okay. Anyways, so the lyrics goes on to say that Bhani kurdaichu gurdaichu harek malko. So at first he's like, you know what? Like, I'm actually waiting for एउटा केटीको skirt uros भन्ने बसिरहेको छु म. But that girl is a man, objectifying women like it means nothing because women are objects. Who cares, right? And he also says the बुढासँगै भए पनि मलाई त बाल भो. So he doesn't care if she's in a relationship. He doesn't want to respect the fact that she's in a relationship, and she doesn't want you to look at her skirt even if हावाले उडायो भने, and she doesn't want you to call her a mom, but you're still gonna do it because you're a jerk. It is not a jerk. You're not a jerk. I mean, you are a jerk, but you're also a predator, and that doesn't make you right. But get your facts right, sir. Anyways, like that, there's another lyrics that literally, I swear, I don't even understand why people are okay with these lyrics. But and the song continues on, and there's अर्को lyrics that's like, civil mall ma, cinema hall ma, हेर्न गएको movie, अचानक अर्को बुढी पनि त्यही आइपुगी, छल्लिँदै म hoping she don't catch me, केटीको त जात हो अर्कैलाई पो च्यापी. So let me analyze. If you listen to the song, he actually admits that he's a hoe. पहिला नै he's like, I be calling different women on the phone, even if she has a boyfriend, I don't respect that shit. Like, I still call her, But then he goes on to say, I took this girl out on a date. I know we went to see a movie and shit. But then all of a sudden, my side piece, my side hoe, she came on And I'm like, what the hell? Like, oh my God, I went running to hide, But केटीको जात त हो अर्कै केटीसँग लागि अर्कै केटासँग लागि अर्कै केटालाई च्यापी. Yeah, that's the lyrics. I mean, this man admits that he has been with a lot of women and he is with a lot of women and that he has a lot of hoes. But when the girl makes him his side piece, she's केटीको जात हो. I mean, and can we say केटाको जात हो? Like, So the thing is, the doubles, it's not even the double standard, it's the hypocrisy that this man has, where he's literally admitting to being a hoe and having a lot of women in his life and having a lot of side pieces. But the fact that he becomes a side piece, then it is offensive to him because केटीको जात हो और केटीसँग लाग्यो. Like, bro, get over it. Like, oh my God. Like, for real, man. I'm gonna lose it. Anyways, don't listen to that song anymore. That's like the most misogynistic and weird and, oh my God, sexist song that I've ever heard in the history. I don't even understand how this song was approved even in 2012. I mean, the worst part is the fact that people were in the comments talking about how this is their favorite song, and this song is something that they sung along to when they were 10 years old, 12 years old. You're literally gonna be telling me that you're letting your children listen to songs that degrade women and call women hoes and call women ketikuzat and objectify women by literally encouraging words like hawale udaos your skirt and not respecting a woman's relationship and boundaries because you say bura sanga bhaye pani malai bal po. You're telling me that you were 10 years old when you learned this. Something is wrong, my dear. Something is wrong. Anyways, songs like these exist, and this is just one of the many songs that portray the very sexist and misogynistic history of how women have been degraded for almost ever. Likewise, we have another song. It's called A Bitch is a Bitch, and it is by Ice Cube, NWA. And if I have to give a description about this is a song where a man explains to us. Actually, when a man mansplains to us what a bitch is. Like, don't we all love it when a man starts mansplaining to us women, about character and attitude and what a bitch is? The entire song is about a man being angry, okay? That's literally what I'm going to say. The entire song is a man being angry and saying that a bitch is a bitch. Funniest or like the weirdest part is the fact that he says it's a disease. He says being a bitch is a disease that plagues a woman's character. Okay, sir. Like, anyways, he goes on to mansplain to us what a bitch is and why a bitch is a bitch and all of that stuff. I mean, the song is annoying. The song was annoying, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, whatever. What else could go wrong with this song? Until the song kept going on. The song does not stop. Like, it keeps going on, and I'm like, what the hell? These lyrics. Okay, let me just tell you, the way I was infuriated, angered, I wanted to punch the shit out of Ice Cube. I wanted to make Ice Cube back into water. Like, I was that angry. I mean, I love Ice Cube's movies, but this song is not it. Like, excuse me, brother, I don't know when this song came out. I'm not very sure. I think it came out 2010s, because I'm not sure when the Compton movie came out. Anyways, but like, whenever it came out, this song is not right. Like, and the fact that people are actually okay with this song existing. The song's lyrics go like, I once knew a bitch who got slack because she played me like she was all that. So he's calling a girl a bitch because she hurt his feelings. Is that what it is? Like, that's what I gather, Ice Cube. Are your feelings hurt? Are you sad? Are you gonna cry, baby? Anyways, then there are more lyrics. The song keeps going on, and then the song keeps going on, like, and there is more degrading and annoying lyrics. The thing that literally wanted me to punch the shit out of the person who wrote this song was the ending lyrics. Okay? And the lyrics are, There you have it, the description of a bitch. Now ask yourself, are they talking about you? Are you that funky, dirty, money-hungry, scandalous, stuck-up, hairpiece, contact-wearing bitch? You probably are, bitch. Yes, only a man can tell me what a bitch is. I swear, I was so annoyed. Oh my god, I probably would not have included this song in this school until I read the last part, like until I heard the last part. How could they literally end that song with it? Like, of course, because only a man can tell me what a bitch is because they have encountered so many bitches in their life. Like, oh my God. Like, so basically, what the song says is that you are a bitch if you want something out of your life. You are a bitch if you won't say hi back to the man who's creepily looking at you from across the dinner table in a restaurant that you went to after having a really stressed out day at work, and you're like, you know what, I just want to eat my steak and go. But this man keeps looking at you, and you're like, just because you won't say hi back to him, you're a bitch. That's what Ice Cube says. I mean, that's what they say, you know. You're a bitch if you reject a man because you don't want to be in a relationship. You're a bitch if you play with a man's feelings. And you're also a bitch if you get clowned by a man who was playing with your feelings. I mean, no matter what, you will be a bitch. Like, even if you aren't that funky, dirty, money hungry, scandalous, stuck up, hairpiece, contact wearing bitch, you're still a bitch, is what the song literally tells you. Don't we all love it? Like, the only thing that I needed in my life was a man to mansplain to me what a bitch is and to tell me that no matter what, I will be a bitch. I mean, but don't worry, because like a man cannot be a bitch. You know why? Because he tells you what a bitch is. He is not a bitch because he is the holy messenger sent by the Lord above to mansplain to a woman what she should do, what type of character she should have, what type of attitude she should have, and what a bitch is. Thank you so much, sir, for this amazing description of what I should be and what I should not be. Because isn't that what I needed? Isn't that all that I needed? Songs like A Bitch is a Bitch and the Boca Anthem is bad, degrading, and sexist. But then there comes another song, okay? And the song, I cannot believe that I was dancing to this song back in 20 or whatever this came in. But like, the song is Gandhi Baat. Have you guys heard of it? If you guys have not, don't listen to it because that's one hell of a bad song. You should never listen to it. Anyways, so the lyrics of the song are Raja beta ban ke maine jab sharafat dikhai तूने बोला हट मवाली भाव नहीं दिया रे ABCD पढ़ ली बहुत ठंडी आहे भर ली बहुत अच्छी बातें कर ली बहुत अब करूंगा तेरे साथ गंदी बात. Let me just explain to you what he said. So he said राजा बेटा बन के मैंने जब शराफत दिखाई. That means जब उसने अच्छे से पूछा बेबे क्या मेरे साथ मूवी देखने चलोगी, you said no. तूने तूने बोला हट मवाली भाव नहीं दिया. And then he studied ABCD for you. He did ठंडी आहे for you. I don't know what that means. He did अच्छी बातें for you. I mean, बहुत कर ली ये सब. अब करूंगा तेरे साथ गंदी बात. This basically says you said no when I asked you to eat popcorn with me and watch Titanic for the 100th time. You even said no when I studied ABCD before you and asked, if you want me to tutor you or if you can tutor me. You said no when I did Thandi Aaye. You said no when I became a gentleman because I am not a gentleman. I just become a gentleman for you because I want to impress you like that, right? You said no every time, but अब मैं ये सहन नहीं कर सकता. अब directly करूँगा गंदी बात because you think I'm joking. I mean, I don't understand the N word. I don't understand the word no. ये तो मेरे dictionary में नहीं है. The word no is not in my dictionary because the only N word that's in my dictionary is the N slur, and I will be using it as long as possible. Because if you can use it in your song, then why can't I? Yes, Nepali boys, I'm talking about you. You guys don't understand the concept of the word no, but you're out here talking big words and justifying your use of the N slur. You're like, but like they do it, why can't I? No. Do you understand that word? Anyways, the song is not just sexist, it's predatory, it is wrong, it is wrong in every single way. It's just not right. Because the fact that consent is such a difficult topic for so many people to understand, that's a problem. And songs like Gandhi Baat just promotes that. It promotes making women uncomfortable even if they say no. It promotes stalker behavior. It even promotes rape culture, if you think of it. Because even if you were nice to the girl and she said no, for whatever reason, listen to it and move on. Like, why do you have to Gandhi bath with her? Like, boy, you think I'm joking? You think I'm joking when I say no? No, I am not joking. So turn around and go your way. Like, stop. Like, don't even start with me. The reason I talked about all of these songs and the misogynistic and sexist meanings that they carry is because women do not like being objectified. And that's exactly what is being done. That's exactly what's being done with these songs written by, controversial opinion, men. You're objectifying women. You're objectifying a woman and you're not understanding the concept of consent. You're telling and you're trying to put a bitch to her place. That's all talking and objectifying women and sexualizing women. I know. But the fact that once a woman starts owning it, once a woman says, you know what, you objectify me? Huh, let me make money off of it. Once a woman says, you know what, I am proud about it. I mean, I believe in sexual liberation and I'm open and I want to be vocal about it, then you have a problem. That's what I'm talking about today. And that's where the thin line of what the definition of thought for you lies. Okay. So let me just reiterate what I just said. The thing is, the problem is not women's sexuality, it is women owning their sexuality. Women saying, you know what, I'm going to embrace this, I'm going to profit off of it. You know what, I'm actually going to be with multiple men because I can bag these men. The problem is not that women have sexual aura, but the fact that they use it. And there's this quick quote that I'll throw in that sums it up really well, is the patriarchy doesn't like it when women beat them at their own misogynistic games. So you are sexualizing women, but when a woman owns her sexuality and is sexually liberated and is open to talk about it and is vocal about it and wants to make money off of it, you have a problem. Why is it, my brother? Why is it? Tell me. And there are just so many examples of this. Let me give you the quickest example that I can think of. You guys know the movie Sanju? If you don't know, I don't even want to tell you to watch it. It's a Bollywood movie. Yes, I'm going to refer to a lot of Bollywood movies because life imitates art, Malabani, I know. But again, because I personally believe that as an impressionable audience, whatever you see in the theaters and whatever you see in the big screen or whatever you see that you feel is normalized, you think that that's what it should be. I know. So one of the things, that's the reason why I'm going to be referring to a lot of songs and movies. And the reason I'm talking about Bollywood a lot is because Nepal, huge population, consumes a lot of Bollywood movies. So the movie Sanju, it's a biopic about Sanjay Dutt, blah blah blah. But in this particular scene where Sanjay Dutt's getting his biopic or biography written by this woman played by Anushka Sharma, she asks him, how many women have you been with? Or how many women have you slept with? I know. And he's like, I don't know, I don't keep count, Kalgo, And then she's like, yeah, then just tell me like, given the average, yeah, given the etiquette, you know what I mean? Like the estimate, and he's like, not that I've kept count, but almost like 300 women. Right? And at that point, it's like 300 women. Whoa, sheesh, that's a lot, right? But the thing is, how it was received is the problem. The thing is, everybody was clapping in the theaters. They were pew pew pew. Yeah, that's not how you whistle, but like they were whistling in the theaters because Sanjay Dutt said he has been with more than 300 women. And the fact that Sanjay Dutt is being praised almost and applauded almost for being with that many women in his lifetime or sleeping with that many women in his lifetime, the fact that it's applauded while women being with more than 5 men is being a thought, is being thoughty, mm, that doesn't sit right with me. Here is the comparison of why this question should be a thought son and a thought daughter. But even if it was, the normalization of a thought son existing is the problem. Now, here's the thing. When Sanjay Dutt comes out and says that he's been with 300 plus women in his entire life, then it's applauded. It's looked at as, oh my God, it is an attractiveness to his manhood. It is so cool. Oh my God, he's so manly. But when a woman comes out and she has been with multiple people in her lifetime, then it's looked at as an endangerment to her dignity. What is this? This girl is promiscuous. This girl is slutty. This girl is thotty. This girl is every other word, every other degrading word that you use to define a woman who's been with multiple men. But that's not the same energy you guys give to men. So that's where the problem lies. And that's where I come in and tell you that you are wrong. Let me give you an example. You guys might know Lori Harvey. If you don't know Lori Harvey, she's Steve Harvey's daughter. Recently, there was a lot of a buzz around Lori Harvey because she's dating the Michael B. Jordan. And the reason Lori got a lot of buzz was not only because she was dating Michael B. Jordan, but because of the multiple men, famous men she's been with. Some including Diddy, Trey Songz, and the multiple famous men, including rappers like Diddy and Future and Trey Songz. Oh my God, that man is fine. Okay. Anyways, let's get back. The thing is, Lori Harvey was looked at as this, oh my God, she's been with these many like men. She's been able to bag these men. Oh my God, goddess, teach us your ways. And she was done that. I know, which is I guess, good thing. I don't know. But it was always like, it was this conversation of, oh my God, Lori, teach us your ways. But there was also conversation about how she's been with so many men in a time span of how many time span. Okay. I mean, she's been with who she's been with. Who the fuck cares? Okay. But the thing is, the problem that is in this thing is that Lori Harvey was, I wouldn't say slut shamed, but she was degraded because she's been with famous men. And like these three are the only people I'm naming. There are probably more. And she's now with Michael B. Jordan because, I mean, who would not be with him? Anyways, sorry, off topic. But the thing is, people started talking shit about her because they were like, Lori's been with so many men. Like she's been with this man, then this man, this man. She's with Michael B. Jordan. Well, guess how long it's gonna take before they break up? And she's with another man. Like they gave her all that negative energy when her exes have been with multiple women too. Like Future has 8 baby mothers, 8 children with 8 different women. Yes, that's Future to you. And you are complaining about Lori Harvey being with multiple men who happen to be famous. I mean, I love Trey Songz, but I gotta admit, he's been with multiple women too. But where's that same energy for Trey Songz that you give for Lori Harvey? Just because Lori Harvey's with Michael B. Jordan now, just because she's been with some other fine men before, she's bad or she's like this promiscuous woman, but these men are just men, men are doing men stuff, getting 8 women pregnant. It's fine. Like it's just what men do. Cut it out, boy. And the same thing with Kendall Jenner. Okay, see, I'm not a huge fan of Kendall Jenner, but I have to admit that the shit that she gets for being with multiple men is just too much. Like, please stop it. Because she's been with multiple NBA players, and well, that's her business. Because she can bag these men. Okay. Oh my God. She's a model, accomplished, whatnot. She's pretty, which is why these men are lining up to be with her. And you have a problem with that? Stop talking about women and who they've been with. Why are you so obsessed? Like, stop it. There are literally people in the comments that talk about how the men that Kendall Jenner's been with could literally make a roster for an NBA team. So what? What are you gonna do about it? Huh? Like, she's probably gonna date more and you can make 2, 3, 4 freaking teams with the people that she's been with in the NBA itself. And the fact that people actually talk about how she's been passed around the league, no, sir, she's been passing these men around the league. Yes, my sister's doing that. I mean, she could be with one man and stay with him for the entirety of whatever, but she's enjoying herself, and there is nothing wrong with that. You're so quick to talk about a woman's promiscuity and talk about a woman and how many people she's been with, like same with Lori Harvey, but then you're praising and applauding Sanjay Dutt for being with 300 women, like, and you're like, you're like, you know what, future is just future because he has 8 baby mothers. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense for me. The double standards in the way that women and men are treated with their promiscuity and them having multiple partners is just the basic example of why the question of thought son or thought daughter mapani, the thought son is the most preferred answer because a woman, she is घर की इज्जत, and she usko dignity ma kharab parcha daag lagsa and all of that shit. But it is just this misogynistic and very sexist opinion that you put onto women when you ask them and you tell them that they cannot be with multiple men like the men that they've been with are with multiple women. Like, you know what I mean? And one more thing I want to point out is that the issue is that you guys encouraged Miss Harvey all along. Like when she started dating Michael B. Jordan, it was all like, damn, this girl's bagging fine ass men. But like, once it kind of got serious, y'all switched up. And was it like out of envy? Like, I'm asking you, I'm asking you. Men owning their sexuality and women owning their sexuality has always been seen in a different light. Men को sexuality on करने या sexual liberation is always about the fact that they're like bokas and they've been with multiple women, and that makes them more manly or more masculine. And I really honestly don't understand it. Like I said previously, women are shamed for liking sex, owning their sexuality, and being vocal about it. Like, y'all are gonna applaud these men for it, but you're gonna degrade and shame a women for it. Let me give you an example. You guys know the movie, trash movie, let me just say, trash, sexist, misogynistic, patriarchic, man, there's a lot of bad words I can use to describe this movie, but you all know the movie Kabir Singh, trash movie. Don't watch it if you have not. If you have not watched it, it's very good. I mean, like, it's very good that you have not watched it because that movie is very bad. Like, don't watch it at all. Apart from romanticizing toxic relationships and physical violence in a relationship, the movie actually also addresses the characters' sexuality. I'm not talking about homosexuality or heterosexuality. I'm talking about sexual liberation rather sexuality. The character likes sex and he's vocal about it. The fact that Kabir Singh has had sex 550 times, it was made a huge issue, as in like this huge, oh my god, like this is so masculine, and like, well, don't talk to me because Kabir Bhai has had sex 550 times, and all of this toxic masculinity surrounding that thing, you know. I mean, Preeti also had sex probably 550 times, but like the fact that Kabir ko like it was this huge hype of like, you know, now he's masculine, like mard ko dard nahi hota type. I know, but for like women, when it comes to women and them owning their sexuality, it's like, yes, sanskar nahi hai hamari, okay? Like, excuse me. And the example for one of the biggest example for that is WAP. Everybody knows the song WAP. If you don't know the song WAP, you're uncultured. Get out of here. Anyways, so as we all know, the famous Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion collaboration song WAP, it was trending on TikTok and all of that thing. But it is a song that's empowering women who like sex. What's the problem with that? Well, people had a problem with that because people complained that it was too vulgar. And let me read out like the literal Twitter posts that people made about it. So James P. Bradley from Bradley Congress talks about how Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are what happens when children are raised without God and without a strong father figure. Their new song, The WAP, which I accidentally heard, made me want to pour holy water in my ears, and I feel sorry for the future girls if this is their role models. And then he also goes on to say, secondly, while I personally take offense to the lyrics and messaging of the song, I absolutely respect her First Amendment right to make it. Also surprised that Twitter doesn't mind if this kind of free speech, but has a problem with conservative free speech. Yeah, I'm bored to read this shit. Like, I don't even want to read it. Anyways, the article, let's say, was like by this director. Apparently, he's called Robbie Starbuck. How are you named Starbuck? Oh my god, you literally named after a coffee. I mean, of course not, but like, you know what I mean. He goes on to say, I've directed rap videos for Eve, Snoop Dogg, Gucci Mane, blah, 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 I know, and more. I'm not prude. Art can be crazy, but rap by Cardi B is not art. It is disgusting. It is not empowering. It is degrading. It is trash, vile trash poisoning the youth. These are like two of the only tweets that I'm reading to you, but all of the tweets were talking about how this is degrading and shit like that. But I don't understand why Cardi B wanting you to pack that Big Mac truck right in her little garage is a problem. Like, why is Kabir Singh having sex 550 times cool, manly, and masculine? I mean, do y'all see the double standards here? Because like Kabir Singh had sex 550 times, but it was applauded. But the fact that Cardi B wants you to touch that little dangly thing swinging the back of her throat, that is degrading to humankind, mankind, to womankind. That is not empowering. Excuse me. The freedom of speech that that person, whoever it was, I think it was Robert or something, the freedom of speech say is like it's okay. This is a freedom of speech. You can write about whatever you want to write about, right? But if a woman writes about, you know what, I like sex and this is how I like it, I want you to do this for me, and she makes a song out of it, you guys have a problem. Like I said before, the patriarchy doesn't like it when the women beat them at their own misogynistic games. Because like Cardi B pulled that card, you know, she, wow, that just rhymed, but Cardi B pulled that card, the card that is rooted under the misogynistic games, that misogynistic game, you know, It's like she said, you know what? You talk about how you want to fornicate me like this and fornicate me like that, but guess what? I want you to fornicate me like this and fornicate me like that. I'm telling you how to fornicate me because this is how I like it. And that's why you have a problem. I mean, like, you don't have a problem with you telling how you want to fornicate her, but you have a problem when she's like, actually, you know what? I don't like that. Like, how about we do this? Because I like this. That's tea right there. Think about it. That's like the double standard, bro. The fact that a man's promiscuity and a man being with multiple women is fine because a thought son is literally dismissed by the exact words of a man will be a man. I mean, kita tahu ni, oh kita harus stay ni, I know. But a woman being promiscuous and having multiple partners is, oh my God, she's a thought. Oh my God. Ugh. Like, excuse me, but can you please make it make sense? And also the double standard with women and men owning their sexuality when a man says, this is how many women I've been with, this is how I like to fornicate my women. But when a woman says it, then there's a problem because women should not own their sexuality because women, when they own it, it is shameful. It is an endangerment to their dignity. It is not hamro sanskar, and it is definitely not Nepali or Hindustani enough. What I'm trying to say is if you're going to call me a thought because I've been with more than like 5 people, then you better call your friend a thought too. And you give him that same negative energy that you give me when you call me a thought, you know? Do it both ways. Like, do it to your male friends, do it to your non binary friends, do it to every single person and treat them the same way you treat the other women that you call thoughts. Because at the end of the day, it is not a drag, and it should not be. It is about time we start reclaiming those words because if you're going to put a negative connotation to the word thought, might as well put a negative connotation to yourself. The moral of this video is that words like thought, hoe, and all of that, they are, when used with negative connotations, sexist. But if we start reclaiming these words and you start giving the same energy to each people, the same energy that you give to a woman for being promiscuous or owning her sexuality or everything that I mentioned in this video, then we can talk. Well, I guess that is it, man. Like, thank you for watching and thank you for bearing with me. I just want to clear out, I'm a feminist, but I do not hate all men. I like you guys, okay? Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to say that we gotta break these patriarchal and misogynistic barriers and these walls that you try to put women into and like free women of societal expectation of perfection that equates to their purity. So I want to wrap this video up by saying thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to hear more from us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram for more updates and additional information. You can also reach out to us through our Confess Out page with any questions, recommendations, requests, corrections, or opinions that you had about this video. Please comment down below too. As always, our socials along with additional sources will be linked down below in the description box. Once again, thank you so much for listening.